Hey guys, we are back for Bandcamp Dailies number 17, and what a shit show. I completely screwed up. So we do have a listen today, and I did save the webpage, but I forgot to bring it back home. I forgot to put it on my external hard drive, the files. And so I don't have anything to show you, and I don't have proof that someone listened. So, and you also may have noticed down at the bottom right-hand corner right here, it's almost 10 p.m. So I'm very late. So I was debating on whether I should make the video or not, but I feel like I should make it. I mean, I can still make it. It's just, it won't be exactly the same, but I've been sort of going over what I should do for the last couple hours and almost a couple hours. So, but I'm going to try and do it. So I'm still not used to this whole clumsy setup for the Bandcamp Dailies with the no internet. We are offline again. This is episode 3 of being offline. But, you know, we have some good news. Hopefully the internet will be back soon. So that's pretty big news. Perhaps by the weekend. So I'm really looking forward to that. Fingers crossed. Okay, so I do have a gigantic text file underneath my face that I have to look at. I was also writing this when I was over the last couple hours in preparation for this shit show of a video. All right, so yeah, about the internet again. Internet hasn't no internet. It hasn't been bad. I've been getting used to it. The worst part actually is my TV antennas. So normally my TV antennas are, well, the TV tuners, I got 4 of them down here. They're constantly scanning all the frequencies and uploading data to a website, and where it uploads all the, and it what does it do? It makes all the data into graphs and maps. And I'm obsessed with that. And because there's no internet, I haven't been able to do that. So that's been the biggest change, because that's a big part of my life. Because I'm a gay nerd, like I said in my previous video. Todd Packer reference. All right, so what's next on this list here? All right, so yeah, the Bandcamp Dailies, the reason why we're doing this video. Someone listened to the song Inevitabilities 1, I believe, and apparently that is track 3 from Sanity's Unnecessary Elaborations. That is my album from 2018. That is actually my most popular album on my Bandcamp and in my life. So that's kind of a big deal. 2018, yeah. So I don't have the album here, but we can show, I'll show you the, whatever this is called, the cover art. All right. So this, by the way, this song, Inevitabilities, I believe this was a targeted listen. Someone just listened to this, and it seemed to be a targeted listen with intent. That is my theory. Now, as for the cover art, it's very pretty, is it not? I mean, it's very pretty. This is not the original photograph. There is some editing going on. However, the original photograph did look very nice as well. I think there's a little more contrast in this. But yeah, I think this was also taken in Sudbury, Ontario. I talked about Sudbury in the previous. We also talked about Sanity's unnecessary elaborations in a previous episode, or in a previous Bandcamp Daily segment. So we've talked about this before. But yeah, I took this photo in 2004 or something like that. I may have even had my dog with me. Well, it wasn't my dog, but it was the family dog, Kirby. Having trouble swallowing there. But yes, this night, if I remember correctly, this was the big night, the big sunset night where everything was glowing. It was an amazing night. Okay, so what's next? 100 sections, bitch to memorize. That's what I wrote. So basically the song, there are 3 songs on this album that have 100 non-repeating sections. So, you know, normally in a song, especially with a pop song, you will have parts that repeat multiple times during the song. And that's how you make it catchy, and that's how you make it memorable. But, if you write music and stuff, sometimes you get sort of sick of the traditional way of writing songs and stuff like that. And so you want to try something new. And for this album, 3 of the songs, I decided to, okay, what if I'll have a rule where I don't have any repeating sections, and we'll see how that turns out. And spoiler alert, it turned out very well, in my opinion. And there was another stipulation of this album, by the way. It was that, what was the other stipulation? This video is going to be absolute crap. But just stick with me. Stick with me. It's going to be bad, but it's going to be different than the other ones. So even though it's bad, it'll be different. So, but the other stipulation was that each section had to have a different tempo from the previous. So not only are there no repeating sections, but the sections keep changing tempo. So the song just keeps changing over and over and over and over and over until it ends. It's basically, I sort of likened it, I think that's the word I wanted to use, likened it to a run-on sentence where someone just keeps talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. And then finally, when they shut up, the song ends. So that's sort of what these 3 songs are like. Especially, so one of the songs, the first song on this album is like over 10 minutes. And then the other 2 songs that have the 100 non-repeating sections, they're only 5.5 minutes. So the 5.5 minute ones, even though they also have 100 non-repeating sections, the sections themselves are much shorter. And so because the songs are shorter. And this is one of those shorter songs. Okay. And yes, as I mentioned earlier, it was a bitch to memorize. So when I went to go memorize, I basically recorded one song at a time because there was just too many riffs to memorize. And so I would do it 10 sections at a time. I would memorize 10 sections at a time. And once I could play it all the way through without too many mistakes, I would go to the next 10 sections and I would do the same thing. And I would keep doing it over and over and over to the next several sections. And then once I had all like 10 sections of 10 sections memorized. So once I had the whole song memorized, I would practice the entire song at once. And I would practice individual sections, groups of 10 sections as I needed. Did that make any sense at all? Anyways, it was a bitch to memorize. Okay, so next one. First song I wrote for the album. This was the first song I wrote for the album, Inevitabilities. It actually had a production number. So if we go back to the folder, production number. So usually my songs have, like when I write the songs, they have like a production number. So in this case, it was NR. Where are the production? Yeah, here. NR stands for no repeats. So that is what I called this album for myself in my folder when I was writing the album. And so this is NR1. We're going to be listening to this one right here. So that's kind of interesting. This was the first song I wrote. And what else? And it was also the first song I recorded. I don't know if that's because it was the first song I wrote. I'm not sure. However, that is the case. Yeah. Oh, so if we look at the tab right here, this song was written in November of 2016. So it's kind of a long time ago, almost 10 years ago. Wow, that's kind of crazy. I don't know when it was recorded. That's actually how I realized that I forgot all those files, because I was going to go to the files because I also saved the album page, and I was going to be able to bring it up, and it would show when I recorded each of the songs of the music. I think it was recorded in 2017. I'm not sure, to be honest. Okay, so what's next? So this song uses my old drum kit. That's kind of interesting as well. I ended up getting a new drum kit while I was recording this album. Yeah. So this song features my old drum kit. The rest of the songs feature my new drum kit, so that's kind of interesting. There are 2 drum kits featured on this album. Is that interesting? By the way, my old drum kit was my friend Dave's. I've mentioned him on this channel before. It was his drum kit that he got when he was 11. When he was 11 years old. He's like a year younger than me, so. And I used that kit since 2003, and I think got the new kit in 2018, I believe. So it's a long time. In 2003, I would have been 21. And so Dave would have been 20. And so he had the kit for 9 years. So I still have the kit in the back. I haven't played it since I got my new kit though. Okay, so what's next? Okay. All right, so I do have the lyrics on here. Where are they? I think I have them right here. Okay, here we go. So now we have a bit of a screen going on. You can't see the thing under my face, so I basically have, on either side, I have Notepad, and then on the middle we have a folder. So we're going to listen to the song very shortly. However, I still have some more stuff to say. I read the lyrics for the first time today in a really long time, probably since I recorded them. You know, I mentioned before, I don't put much thought into lyrics. I personally don't care about lyrics at all. Like with music, I don't read lyrics. I don't care about them. I just try, like for my own music, I just try to write them down as fast as possible, and then I don't look at them later. And I just need something to read when I'm recording vocals instead of just making noises. And so, yeah, I'm a bit embarrassed by these lyrics here. You know, they sound pretty anti-life and anti-religion. So, like, what if I'm trying to woo a hot Christian girl and she reads these lyrics? That would be embarrassing for me. What if she thinks what if she thinks I hate her? Or what if she thinks I'm the Antichrist or something? Or at the very least, mentally challenged, if she didn't already think that. Yeah, I admit I do have some non-traditional beliefs, but also many traditional beliefs. And reading through the lyrics, I sort of keep jumping back and forth between fiction and reality. So, like I always say, don't look too deeply into my lyrics. I'm just writing words down so I have something to read when I record vocals. So I prepared some text underneath my face here, so I was reading from a script there. Truth be told, full disclosure, that's what I wanted to say, but I was too slow. So yeah, if there are any pregnant Christian girls watching this, very specific demographic, I'm truly sorry for these lyrics. I honestly don't hate you. I just hate myself. So how was that segment of the video? Was that a good segment? I don't know. Anyway, by the way, if you're wondering why always, whenever I bring up my lyrics, they're always in all caps. They're always in all caps. The reason for that, there is a reason. The reason is because it makes it easier for me to see, because my eyesight is getting bad. And so I need them to be as big as possible. It's not because I'm like yelling or something, even though I am on the song. No, it's because I need to be able to read them. So that's why they're always all caps. Okay, so with that being said, I think we got through the entire text file here. You still haven't seen it, but it does exist. So I'm kind of happy with myself. How long did that take, by the way? I hope it didn't take 1436. That's kind of long. Yeah, that's kind of long. So we're gonna listen to the song. We're finally gonna listen to the song. We're gonna listen to the song. I think we're also going to listen to the tab all the way through. Maybe not all the way through. I honestly don't know. Oh, I just thought of something actually. Now, I had a completely spontaneous idea actually when I was preparing this video. I wanted to lighten it up. And so what did I do? I'm going to have to switch the view here. All right. So we're going to go into OBS. We're going to enable the preview. So there I am. Yeah, I think I was too far to the front. That sucks. I think it was still okay. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to enable this. Hey, look, we have some extra stuff here. Okay, so you might be seeing this stuff right here on my desk. So this is a popcorn maker, a popcorn something, whatever you want to call it. It makes popcorn. And this was given to me for Christmas, I believe. And it's April. I still haven't used it. So I thought, hey, let's make popcorn. And then we'll listen to the music. Does that sound fun? Does it? I don't know if it does, but that's what we're going to do. So I have to try and see if I can do this. This is actually going to be really helpful that I have the view screen here. Okay, so apparently, it came with a whole bunch of the popcorn kernels, a whole bunch of different varieties. This one is called Midnight Blue. It's small hull-less Midnight Blue, just a little crunchy. The reason I chose it was because it's blue. It looks really neat. The popcorn itself is going to be white. This is just the kernel part of it. All right. I haven't tried this yet at all. But I know of it, and it works very well. Apparently you can get this on Amazon. Okay. So apparently, this is the cover. So I have to fill this thing right here. It's very small. So I have to put the kernels in here. But I'm not supposed to, you can't overfill it. So I have to be careful. Okay, that seems good right there. I'm going to put the twist tie back on. I did not plan this out very well, I don't think. All right, so then you have to put this on the top. And you have to take this off the top because it has like steam holes at the top. Okay. And then now apparently I have to plug it in. Okay, so let's do that. All right, it's going. It's turning around. You can't really see, obviously. Oh, I can see it on the screen there. Apparently it takes a couple minutes before it'll start to pop. This is so exciting, is it not? Oh, started to pop. We got one so far. There we go. Okay. Apparently it like really fills up. It also depends on what kind of kernels you use. Some of them pop up bigger than the other ones. It's actually kind of violent. Smells good. I'm not a big popcorn guy myself because, you know, they get stuck in your teeth. Even for something like movies, I would rather just eat candy or something like that. So apparently when the popping slows down till it's like 1 or 2 seconds between pops, then it's time to turn it off. Okay, there's still more. Okay, I think it's time to turn it off. Okay, now I've got to flip it over so that, first of all, I've got to put this back on. The lid. Now I've got to flip it upside down. All right, then I have to take it off. All right, that's pretty cool. I guess I have to coil the cord back up. Ooh, it's hot. Was that fun? Was that fun and interesting? Okay. Now I don't have anything, I didn't put anything on top of it, but whatever. Okay, so I'm going to take this off now. Disable the preview. Let's just enable it again. See, yeah, that's a perfect frame right there. Okay. So now we're going to actually listen to the song. All right, there you have it. There is Inevitabilities, the first. The second one is an ambient noise track. This popcorn is really good, by the way. It doesn't even have any seasoning or anything else on it. It's actually really nice because my fingers aren't getting all slimy. So that's really cool. I'm a little worried because I literally never eat after supper. I've been doing that before all this intermittent fasting bullcrap started. So I didn't even know that was a thing. But so what I'm trying to say is I don't eat after supper. And so I'm a little worried that this is going to make me gain a pound for when I check my weight tomorrow morning, because I'm very into checking my weight. I'm not going to finish all of this. I wasn't even going to eat any of it for the video, but then I thought, hey, let's just eat some. It's actually really good. Perfect for date night. All right, good stuff. Now, do we even bother looking at the tab? I mean, we'll look at it. How about that? We'll close the lyrics. And we'll close that. We will don't save that. And we will, yeah. So we'll turn off the metronome. So 100 sections, that's what I said, right? And if we go all the way down, you can see there's 101 because the first section is basically just the count in. Yeah, so what I did for these songs and what I do for all the songs is I make my tabs in PowerTab and I export a MIDI file. And I like bake in the metronome clicks as an instrument into the MIDI file so that when I export the MIDI file, it has a metronome in it. Because I use the metronome for recording, for playing drums along to. So we're not. I don't think we're going to listen to the whole thing. It depends on how long the video is. How long is the video? 30. Yeah, it's already 32 minutes. 32 minutes plus 5. It's 37 minutes. This would be like 40 minutes. I don't know. Yeah, whatever. I'll play a couple measures. Do you get what I'm saying about the whole run-on sentence thing? It's like this guy will never shut up. He just keeps talking and talking and talking, never finishes a sentence. And then at the very end of the song, he finally shuts up. And so there you go. There is Inevitabilities 1. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a fun time. I like the idea of the popcorn. Let me know in the comments if you like that. And also let me know in the comments if you're pregnant and Christian. I'm very sorry.